Hey everyone. Maybe some of you are wondering, why the change in tone and why the change of video topics on my channel. At the beginning, you remember I give all different kinds of advice about how to survive in China, things to know about China, and that kind of thing. Some tips on bad things to avoid, things to try, helping you to prepare to go to China. And now, lately I've been talking about some of the negative things that are going on in the political world in China. And that's because I'm just very concerned about it. And those things that I talk about in those videos are real. They've become worse in recent years, even while I was still there back in 2016. And I think they are real problems. I don't see them getting better anytime soon. So I wanted to do that. Now in this video I want to talk about why not to go to China. I know in videos in the past I talked about reasons why to go to China, but why not to go. And well, here's one reason. You can't find that anywhere in China really except for Tibet or Xinjiang province. And speaking of Xinjiang province, I think maybe you've heard that it's been discovered that the Uyghurs, which is a minority group, typically a little bit lighter skinned minority group in China, and they are mostly Muslim people. These people have been rounded up and put into camps where they brainwash them, sometimes beat them or kill them. It's estimated that there are about a million of these Uyghur minorities in concentration camps in China, and it's something really terrible. Now the Chinese government's doing this because they really care about their atheistic communist model, and so obviously if someone's Muslim or Christian or Buddhist or something else that goes against the atheistic communist model, it's going to be a challenge for them. And when the atheist government does something wrong, then I think most religious groups will disagree on it, about it. Things such as, forced abortion, things such as forcing people to believe things that aren't true, the government controlling all the businesses and that sort of thing. And I know the Chinese government doesn't control all the businesses, but so many of them, schools and everything. So obviously these kinds of people are going to be trouble in the eyes of the government, and that's why it's happening. And it's becoming worse. I spoke before about the Bibles being burned, which is a fact. Children not being allowed to go into many churches there, with the police watching the churches, the decrossing of the churches. All those things are absolute fact. So it's not only becoming worse for this Muslim minority group, but for all people who do not side with the Communist Party in China. So I think this is a big problem. This is one reason why I advise not to go to China. When I went to China back in 2012, at the time it was much more open, and there were fewer of these problems. Still many problems, but still a lot fewer of these problems that have come up in recent days. And as you may have heard, Xi Jinping, the president, changed the Chinese constitution to where there are no term limits. So he can be president for as long as he wants. And also for the vice president, he can be vice president as long as he wants. And I think this is a big change. It shows the direction of where China is going in, and shows the mentality of the president there. So I think these are some key reasons why I would not advise going to China right now. Maybe you would be safe in some big tourist type areas, but to spend any length of time there, to participate in religious activities, I think is not really a good idea. I just showed you the sky here. in the US. Can't find that almost anywhere in the majority of China, and there's a reason for that. People are getting sicker and sicker, and so I strongly advise at this point you steer clear of China. If you are there already, you know, you can definitely watch my videos about how to survive in China and some tips for making your life better there. But I would advise you to, if possible, leave and go to a safer place. That's just my advice for you. So thank you everybody who's subscribed. We now have 34 subscribers, so I'm very happy about that. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I'd be happy to help. And hope to see you in the next video.